Hey everyone, and welcome to today's Explainer. So, if you're over 60, what if we completely rethought how we look at the grocery store? I mean, we so often think of aging as this inevitable, unstoppable decline, right? And we usually look straight to pharmacies for the answers. But today, we're going to reframe that entirely. We're going to look at 5 highly accessible, everyday supermarket foods, not just as calories, but as powerful biological software updates. When you choose these staples correctly, they honestly rival and often totally surpass any pharmaceutical intervention when it comes to protecting your aging biology. Let's dive in. Here is a quick roadmap for our explainer today. We're going to start with the paradigm shift, then we'll explore the fats, the cellular protectors, the nutrient bridge, and finally wrap it up with your exact daily food protocol. All right, section 1, the paradigm shift. It is time to cut through the wellness noise and look at the actual hard science. Okay, let's just ask the big question right up front. What is the single most powerful anti-aging medicine available to adults over 60 today? Well, spoiler alert, the answer isn't some trendy influencer fad, and it definitely isn't a restrictive starvation diet. It's actually consistently consumed, science-backed dietary staples. We're completely shifting away from the idea of restrictive dieting here, and instead, we're moving toward this incredible concept of food as a cellular investment. But before we hit the specific foods, we really need to understand a process called autophagy. Think of autophagy as your body basically taking out the cellular trash. You see, as we age, our cells accumulate all these damaged proteins and junk. Autophagy is the rigorous biological mechanism that clears out that cellular debris. It's literally your body's ultimate spring cleaning. It is absolutely one of the most powerful anti-aging mechanisms we possess. And amazingly, it just so happens to be activated by the very first food on our list. Which brings us to section 2, the fats. We're looking at 2 absolute heavyweights here that give you unmatched brain building and anti-inflammatory benefits. 30%, that is a massive number. In the landmark PrettyMed trial, researchers found something kind of amazing. High-risk adults over 55 who consumed 4 or more tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil every single day reduced major cardiovascular events by a massive 30%. Because of data like this, extra virgin olive oil really stands alone as the single most scientifically validated anti-aging food available to us. Now, what's really interesting about this is the specific compounds inside genuine extra virgin olive oil. Take oleocanthal, for example. You know that peppery kick in the back of your throat when you have fresh, high-quality olive oil? That's the oleocanthal letting you know it's working. It actually inhibits the exact same inflammatory enzymes that are targeted by ibuprofen. Even more incredibly, emerging research shows oleocanthal helps the brain's glymphatic system literally clear out amyloid proteins. And those are the toxic deposits strongly linked to Alzheimer's disease. Add in oleuropein, which activates the SIRT1 longevity gene, and you can quickly see why getting 3 to 4 tablespoons a day is an absolute must. Our second crucial fat is wild fatty fish. Look, we constantly hear about getting omega-3s from things like flax seeds, but plant sources provide a type of omega-3 called ALA, and converting that in the body, it's a bit like trying to stream a 4K movie on ancient dial-up internet. We usually only manage a tiny 5 to 10% conversion rate. Marine sources, on the other hand, like wild salmon and affordable super nutrient-dense sardines, provide the high-speed active forms, EPA and DHA. Eating wild fatty fish 2 to 3 times a week isn't just a good idea, it's biologically non-negotiable if you want to get these highly bioavailable fats directly into your system. And why is that so non-negotiable? Well, 47%. The Framingham Heart Study demonstrated that adults with the highest levels of DHA had a 47% lower risk of developing dementia. I mean, DHA literally makes up 30 to 40% of the structural fat in our neurons. It's absolutely essential for memory, for neuroplasticity, and basically just keeping your brain youthful. Moving right along to section 3, the cellular protectors. Enter the berries and greens. First up here are blueberries, which happen to be the most extensively studied anti-aging food in the entire berry category. Their deep blue color comes from compounds called anthocyanins. And what's incredible about anthocyanins is that they actually cross the blood-brain barrier to directly protect your central nervous system. In a really landmark 12-week study by researcher Robert Krikorian at the University of Cincinnati, just 1 single cup of blueberries a day visibly improved verbal learning and memory on functional MRI scans in older adults. The biological mechanism going on here is absolutely fascinating. Meet AMPK. Basically, it's your cellular energy sensor. When you eat that daily cup of blueberries, those anthocyanins activate your AMPK. And doing this directly flips the exact same longevity switches that are targeted by diabetes medications like metformin. It literally gives your body some of the profound metabolic benefits of caloric restriction, all while lowering your systolic blood pressure at the same time. So,
The crucial point is, you actually have immense control over how your brain ages. According to research on the Mind Diet, which, by the way, tracked hundreds of older adults for 15 straight years, eating 6 or more servings of our next food category, leafy greens, results in a brain that operates 11 years younger than those who rarely eat them. 11 years! That's huge! Let's break down exactly why leafy greens are just so incredibly potent. When you really examine the science, leafy greens form this incredible nutritional matrix. A simple daily serving of cooked spinach or raw kale is a synergistic cocktail. Vitamin K1 goes in and builds the structural myelin sheets that insulate your brain's wiring. Folate clears out homocysteine, which is an amino acid that can seriously damage your blood vessels. Lutein comes in and preserves your white matter, while natural nitrates naturally boost cerebral blood flow. It's a whole package that directly preserves your brain structure and function.
All right, Section 4, the nutrient bridge. This is where cognitive and cardiovascular health tie perfectly together with our fifth and final food category.
Walnuts are absolutely the undisputed kings of the mixed nut category. They provide those plant-based ALA omega-3s and polyphenols we talked about earlier, which reduce brain aging. But just notice their supporting cast here. Almonds for vitamin E, a single Brazil nut, literally just one for your entire daily selenium intake, and pistachios for lutein. And this brilliantly illustrates what the WAHA study, that's the Walnuts and Healthy Aging trial, along with data from the New England Journal of Medicine, proves. Eating just 1 ounce a day of mixed nuts, primarily walnuts, lowers all-cause mortality by 20%.
Finally, Section 5, your daily food protocol. Let's put all of this together into a really accessible everyday routine. Okay, so here is your simple, step-by-step mental checklist. Step 1. Start your morning with 1 cup of fresh or frozen blueberries. Throw them in your yogurt or oatmeal. Step 2. Use 3 to 4 tablespoons of genuine, extra virgin olive oil throughout the day. Cook your eggs in it, dress your salads with it, drizzle it all over your vegetables. Step 3. Make sure you have 1 large serving of leafy greens at either lunch or dinner. Step 4. Swap out any processed daily snacks for just 1 single ounce of walnuts and mixed nuts. And finally, Step 5. Have fatty fish, like a really convenient tin of sardines or a nice fillet of wild salmon, at least twice a week. Honestly, it's that easy. That right there is the ultimate, effortless Mediterranean anti-aging protocol. Look, these are not sacrifices. They are investments in every single year of life that follows. The science of longevity has made it crystal clear to us. Choosing these 5 foods tomorrow morning is the smartest, most scientifically rigorous biological investment you can possibly make for yourselves, your brain, and your heart. So if your fork is the most powerful tool for shaping your future, what will your next bite build? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer today, and hey, here is to your health.